So at 61, I've tried all the diets. I've even tried the weight loss drug. I've tried cutting out everything: sugar, biscuits, crisps, chocolate, alcohol. But I'm an emotional eater. Well, I'm 61, but yeah, over the past number of years. So with my new mindset, I am aiming to use the next 12 months to drop 3 dress sizes. So if you're interested in my journey up until this point, please stick around. This is the remnants of my Rybelsus journey. You've got the starter pack here, which is the 3 meg. This is the one that I started with back in, let me see, I think it was February or March 2024. And yeah, I was so excited about it. I really hoped this was going to be the miracle answer that I was looking for. So I think I took this for about 4 weeks before I went up to the next size, which I think is the 7 meg. But they did sell me these tablets, which I didn't touch, but they were to help with any nausea that you get. I think the first 2 days I had a slight feeling of nausea, but I think that's because you have to take the tablets on an empty stomach, which never bodes well for me. I just took it first thing in the morning when I woke up, 30 minutes before I ate a meal, followed all the instructions. But in that first month, I didn't lose any weight at all. So then I moved up to the 7 meg. I think, when did I move up to the 14? I think it was probably the end of the 2nd month, I think, because I tried to go through it and get to the sweet spot, as they call it, where you start to have the magic weight loss. So I did lose some weight while I was on the 7 meg tablets. Not as much as I was expecting, because you hear these stories about people losing like stones and stuff, but it wasn't anything like that. I started to experience the constipation, and I know people kept saying to me, you need to drink more, I drink a lot of water. I don't drink sodas at all. I don't like them. I drink tea, 1 cup of coffee and loads of water, and by loads I mean a 2-litre bottle in a day. So I'm well versed in drinking lots and lots of water, and that didn't help one bit. I eat a very healthy diet, or I did when I was taking this. Lots of roughage, lots of fresh fruit and vegetables, that fresh stuff like that. So there was no reason for my stomach to get constipated, or my guts to get constipated. But when I moved up to the 14 meg, which is this one here, and these are 2 unopened boxes because I gave up. But when I moved up to that, on my days, the constipation, it doubled, I think. And I've never been one to be constipated at all. And I hope none of you are eating your dinner, but this is the truth. So I had to resort to taking these Dulcolax things. I'm not sponsored by them, I promise, but I tried these things, and these green ones were the only ones that worked. And oh my goodness, I mean, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but it was painful and it was scary. I mean, at one point I thought that I think I went 5 days without going to the toilet, and I was getting really scared that I was doing my body some damage. And I did lose a little bit more weight when I was on the 14, but it wasn't enough to warrant the amount of money that I was spending on these. I mean, this first box here, sorry for the shaking, this first box here I think cost me £129, and then as you go up in the sizes it starts getting more expensive, but the bigger ones they're like getting on for £189 if you can get hold of it. Or these were at the prices in 2024 that I was getting. So in the end, it was the constipation that made me stop. I wasn't getting the weight loss that I was hoping for. And towards I think it was the week before I literally gave up taking them, I got my sweet craving back. I mean, the food noise had gone, I think, in the first month when I was on the 3 meg. When I was on this top one, and the food noise just came back. I was hungry. I was craving sugar constantly. I was hungry all the time. And and as I say, what is the point in spending nearly £200 a month on packets of tablets that don't work, or weren't working with my body at that point, and cause me medical issues. I mean, that constipation was, I think, was almost a medical issue for me. So I stopped. I stopped because it felt like the right thing to do, and I was getting scared, to be fair, and that's why I gave up. And this is what I've got left over. I've thought about selling the tablets, but I don't know. I might just bin them, to be honest. There's such bad memories. I don't even know why I've kept them. But yeah, so that's my Rybelsus story. I chose the tablets over injections because I didn't fancy injecting myself every day. So I chose the tablets. For me, I think that was probably the best option. But I mean, I've got no experience of taking Ozempic or taking any semoglutide with an injection. This is just my experience of Rybelsus last year. If you're going to take it, by all means, try it. Be aware that you could feel sick in the first week, and also be very aware of the constipation. And there are other medical things you can get, but I didn't suffer from anything else other than the awful constipation. Anyway, getting off the subject of constipation, because it's making me feel at the moment. So yeah, there you go. When I was in my teens and early 20s, I was quite a slim person and never had to worry about what I ate. I was always on the go anyway, so I guess I stayed slim that way. But the weight that I've got now has come from emotional issues, from heartbreaks and pregnancy and life, I guess. So here's a picture of me at 36, post-heartbreak diet. It's taken by my daughter. I hated my photograph being taken. Always have done and always will do. If she hadn't have taken this on her camera, which I believe was a birthday present to her, there wouldn't be any record of me being this slim. I look back on that photo and I think, wow. Whereas I think at the time I was still thinking I was quite chubby. Yeah, I think that's just the way we all are though, isn't it? So my weight really started piling on during my third pregnancy. Looking after 3 children just seemed to be so stressful and chaotic. And then there were the upsets with his father going and blah, 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 blah life. And I cut for 8. Yeah, I cut for 8 a lot. So here we are today, I guess. Everybody's got the same type of story, I'm sure. So post Rybelsus and its failure, I've decided with my new mindset that I'm going to give it another go, and I'm going to give it 100%, as much as I possibly can, to lose the weight the natural way, the normal way of doing it. So cutting down and exercising. And I guess I'm announcing it here on YouTube, but it might hold me accountable knowing that everybody now knows that those that are watching, I still have a very small audience as yet, to hold myself accountable and just show myself that I am serious about this. And I think that's the key sentence, is that I am serious about this now. I think I'm now about a week and a half into my weight loss journey, and it's been fine so far. I'm not a huge eater. It's just been changing what I eat. I'm not one of those people that can eat a massive, plate of whatever. Never been able to do that. So I'm changing what I'm eating. I've got a lot more healthy things in my fridge now, and I've taken out all of the snacks. So there's no chocolate in my flat. There's no crisps. There's no biscuits. There's nothing like that. So if I'm snacking on good things, but I know that I've got to cut the snacking down. But I also want to follow what my body's telling me. So if my body's telling me it's hungry, then I've got to give it something to eat. But I'm trying to differentiate between if it's hungry or if it's asking me for water, because I know that can help sometimes if you have a glass of water, if you're craving sugar. And if I got a huge sugar craving, because at the moment, obviously I'm at the start of my journey, and these cravings and, the whole process is still new and I'm still adjusting. I'm down a pound at the moment. It doesn't sound an awful lot, but it's positive, and that's what I'm going to go with. That's what I'm sticking with. I've cut alcohol out of my life. Well, it's been actually out of my life most of this year. Since I had at Christmas, I had one of those flu bugs, or possibly even COVID, I'm not sure which, and I was really ill. And I haven't fancied alcohol much since then. Occasionally I'll have a bottle of beer, but that's really it. I mean, I was a bottle of wine a day type of person last year, and now I'm not, which is good, and I'm going to take that as another positive note. I'm also trying apple cider vinegar. I've heard good things about it, being able to balance the blood sugar levels. So I'm taking it out first thing in the morning, and if I'm going to have a starchy meal, like a pasta dish, which I don't have very often, or a potato dish, then I'm going to have some more apple cider vinegar just before I eat that too. And we'll see how that goes, because I've never tried that before, and it tastes blooming awful, but you know, if it works, it works. I've read up a lot on the gut biome as well. I joined Zoe. If you look it up, it's one of these health apps that you can purchase, and it gives you like a monitor thing that goes on your arm, and you have an app and stuff like that. It didn't actually work for me because I don't have the time to go through the app in the amount of time that they needed you to do everything that was on it. But it was an interesting learning curve, understanding the gut biome and what can help and what hinders. And the other thing I'm finding that's working for me is I don't tend to eat my breakfast until around 10 o'clock in the morning. That's just the way I've always been. So that breakfast then can fill me up well past 1 o'clock. And if I can eke it out a little bit longer, so say 2-3 o'clock, and I have a meal then, I find that by evening time, I'm not actually hungry enough for a main dinner. So I have a lesser dinner, as I call them, or not even eat anything at all. And I'm following what my body is telling me. So if my body's saying don't eat anymore because you'll fill up, I'll do that. And if it's telling me you need something to eat, I'll eat. And if I look at the time and I decide that, you know, it's time for a meal, I will see how hungry I actually am. Can I get away with just eating a small salad, or do I need to have something a bit more substantial with some cooked meat in it? And keeping your protein levels up, I know, is good for maintaining a diet. So the last thing I have to say is that I have tried hypnotherapy. Well, I'm actually trying it at the moment, so it's not one-on-one with a person. This is one of those hypnotherapy apps. I have one that I've been using for sleep, and I've used it a lot, and it's been very good for that. So I'm trying out the losing weight or healthy eating apps, lessons, or what do you call it, recordings. Have you got any tips that have worked for you when you were trying to lose weight? I'd be really grateful if you could let me know. I'm willing to consider it and give it a go, as long as it's not standing on your head for half an hour or something silly like that. Yeah, that would be great. And if you want to share your experience, I'll be up for hearing that, because I think we all need to stick together when we're on this kind of journey. It's been a long time since I've tried dieting, as in cutting down on food, so support would be very much appreciated. My goal is to lose 3 dress sizes, or to go down 3 dress sizes. I think I'm looking at a target of about 70 pounds. I will be well chuffed if I can get to 70 pounds, and it's going to take a while. That's why I've decided to give it 12 months, and I will keep myself accountable. Of course, one of the reasons that I am determined to lose weight is how my mum is. She is very immobile. She was a heavy lady. She's now lost quite a bit of weight, but she is still very immobile. And I want to be a lot healthier, you know, when I get to 70 and 80. I want to be much more mobile. So my plan now is to, fingers crossed, lose weight and exercise more, and that's going to be a kind of dual exercise regime, as in going out for a walk, and I'm also contemplating getting a walking pad for the flats, and possibly some weights to stretch, keep my arm and shoulder and torso muscles really flexible. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.